Tell you what, one person who's not been able to really enjoy the festivities, nor enjoy celebrating his 5th anniversary as Arsenal manager, is Mikel Arteta. A couple of days ago, that was sort of like 5 years ago, that was his first game. It was against Bournemouth, it was 1-1. The fact that Bukayo Saka still played left back at that point really goes to show how much things has changed in this Arsenal side. But how would you summarise his tenure so far, Gary?
I actually think he's done really well. You know, from a club that historically under Wenger always qualified for the Champions League, and that is, you know, people used to joke about it. Oh, you know, Arsenal qualified for the Champions League, but not much more. Actually, they did do an awful lot more than that, really. But Arteta took over when Arsenal weren't qualifying for the Champions League. Every season he's been at the club, they've got better and better as far as their league position is concerned. The last 2 seasons they've finished second and second. I suppose people will say, well, how many trophies has he won? And he's won the FA Cup in his first season. Or his
Which
first
is half his.
Exactly, yeah. But no, I think he's made great strides. I think the club's in a really healthy position, and their last 2 Premier League seasons backs that up, in my opinion.
Is progress more nuanced, Sharpie, than just trophies in the cabinet? What has he actually done?
Well, I think when you are using trophies as a baseline of success, it's very difficult. There's not that many trophies to win, and some really, you know, strong, tough teams to compete against. I think Gary's right in the fact that the team have come second every season. They've added to the points tally. They've looked stronger every season. So I think he's doing a good job. I think it's just the Arsenal fans may be getting a little bit frustrated because of the lack of silverware. Because
he came into this job with Edu, with the 5-phase plan, and I think they're in phase 4, somewhere around there. Trophies got to be the next thing. So at what point, Carlton, do you then start questioning about the trophies and whether he can be the man to take them to the next level?
Got to be careful what you wish for, Michelle. They lost the league title last season, having amassed 89 points. 89 points is generally good enough to win you the Premier League. You know, Man City have been relentless. You know, 90 and 91 points they've been getting to win the Premier League. You get 89 points, you're expecting to win the title. So if he does that again this season and they don't win the league title, I mean, Liverpool have set an unrelentless pace at the moment, but if they get around 88, 89 points again and they don't win the league title, you can't turn around and say that's not success. You've got to just put your hands up that, you know, sometimes...
But it can't go on forever if they just keep doing well, but they're not winning the league title.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I understand that. He's going to have to deliver the league title. But what you look at what he's developing at the football club, you look at the age of Saka, you look at the age of Declan Rice, you look at the age of Martinelli, you look at the age of the players they've got, you know, they are building something really special. I think they still need to make... some signings. We've seen this season when Odegaard was out, they struggled. He's a fantastic footballer and they struggled. Defensively, they've gone out and bought another centre-back now because if Saliba or Gabriel was out, they had a problem there. So season by season, they've been doing it the right way, bringing in quality players, bringing him in at the right age. But you're right, Michelle, at some point, he's got to deliver the Premier League title.
To be fair to him, the FA Cup is his because of the date where the FA Cup competition started. But then he turned around in the press conference not too long ago, I'm sure you guys remember this, when he was asked about his trophies, he says, no, I've got 3 trophies. I've got 2 community shields as well. I don't know what you think of that comment then, Carlton.
Well, listen, it's a trophy that they won, but I think we'd all agree in the studio the Community Shield doesn't count as far as the major trophies are concerned. You know, even as far as this, I'll go to say this now, the way that it's been devalued, you know, the FA Cup still for me now is not, you know, considered as a major trophy. And in my opinion, because all the teams devalue it, playing the kids, the only time they start to play the senior players is when they got a chance of winning it. So the only 2 trophies really for me is the league and the Champions League. Now,
listen, more successful managers than Arteta have been, they stick the Community Shield in. You know, Mourinho.
Yeah.
He always. It's a trophy. Well, yeah, I know, but I think you know, you said in this studio we probably would also. I think if I was a manager, I would have that Community Shield if I won it as a tick. I would be boasting about it as well.
Would you count it, Sharpie?
Well, no, the lads are. Now Gary's counting it. I've got a couple of them, so I'm going to put it on my
Well,
list.
there you go.
It doesn't usually go on my list, but it will do now.
Yeah, I mean, a trophy is a trophy at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, would you look at next season, maybe that's when you start judging Mikel Arteta if he's going to be good enough?
Well, I think we're obviously sat here judging him already, so he's been judged.
No, we're judging him based on the lens of a Jurgen Klopp, you know, changing the culture and building things and improving things. When do we judge him based on the lens of a Pep Guardiola, a Jose Mourinho, where you look at him and question about the trophies?
I think that's sort of roundabout now. I think at the end of this season will be questions asked after coming so close over the last couple of seasons. I think if they go and buy a couple of players in the close season, at the end of next season will certainly be a big judgment on him, especially if you know we were expecting Liverpool to drop off a little bit and under Slot when Klopp left, and they haven't. They've just seemed to have gone on to another level and taken it on from there. Man City, we know, were struggling, so you would expect him to go and win it this season with Man City sort of out of the picture.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it, when you look at it and you say, right, last season they lost 5 games. Man City only lost 3 games. This season so far, if you look at Liverpool have only lost 1 game, Arsenal have only lost 2 games, but Arsenal have drawn 6 games. It's very tight, you know. Liverpool 40 goals for, 17 against. Arsenal 34 goals, 16 against. It's tight and it's fine margins. So, you know, like I said, I know he's got to deliver a trophy, but it's very difficult when, you know, the likes of Liverpool and Man City are posting the stats that they are posting.